Hello friends, welcome back to another video tutorial from Shomu's Biology, and in this video lecture I'm going to talk about the CBC or total blood test report, total blood test report analysis and the total blood test report normal range. So this is the most common test which is prescribed by the doctors whenever you have any sort of problems in the body. The CBC or total blood count is the test to go. And if you have conducted the total blood test and total blood count, then in that case you need to know how to analyze the CBC report, the total blood count report. And along with the report analysis, I'll tell you what this report actually says and what this all means, as well as the normal ranges. Okay, so let's begin with the CBC report, and this is my own CBC report, and I'll explain because there are so many parameters in the CBC report with their normal value and with the value that they got for yours. Okay, so there are few components which are more important than the others. For example, the more important component here is that the total leukocyte, neutrophils, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophil, basophil. So this complete thing, these are white blood cells. The total count is white blood cell count. Okay, these white blood cells are immune system cells. They help to boost, they help to actually maintain our immunity. So anything wrong, anything up or down with WBCs is always a alarming trigger. Apart from that, the immature granulocyte percentage is also a part of this WBC. Then neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, basophils, eosinophils, all absolute count are measured, which are also then again immature granulocyte. All the counts are provided in here, which is also the part of the WBC. Then comes RBC, which is also important, and along with that the most important one is the hemoglobin, blood hemoglobin count. And then the important one is the other thing is the platelet count. Okay, so these are the most common things: the WBC, the RBC, the hemoglobin and the platelet. These are the four components which are all the cellular component of the blood. When we see blood, we see a liquid, but actually in the blood we have a solid component and some and mostly liquid component, which is entirely, most of the component is made up with water. So then the cells are present in it. The cells means white blood cells, the red blood cells. Red blood cells carries hemoglobin and the platelets. Okay, red blood cells help, they carry hemoglobin, so they helps to bind with oxygen and carry oxygen throughout the body. White blood cells help to protect us against bacteria and viral infection, and platelets help in blood clotting. Okay, so let's look at all this. So in my case, if we look at the value, here we can see the reference range and on. So these are the percentage value provided. We are not going to talk about the percentage values in here. They simply list those things to increase the number of parameters in the test to tell that this many tests being done anyway. So just simply see these values, not the percentage values, but for from here neutrophils, the absolute count. Always look for the absolute count. Okay, so neutrophil absolute count, normal value is 2 to 7 into 10 to the power 3 per microliter. This is micro sign and L for liter, microliter. And my case the value is 5.7 into 10 to the power 3 microliter. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the units anymore. Simply say the numbers in order to less complicate the matter. Okay, so 5.7, which is normal. Lymphocyte absolute count 1, 2, 3 should be the absolute count. In my case 2.3. Monocyte absolute count 0.221, in my case 0.24. Basophil absolute count 0 to 0.1, in my case 0.02, which is normal. Eosinophil absolute count normal range 0.5. Okay, 0 to 0.5, in my case 0.08, which is also normal. And the immature granulocyte 0 to 0.3, in my case the value is 0.03, which is also normal. Okay, 0.3 means 0.30, remember 0.5 means 0.50. In my case the values are 0.03 in this case, which is far less normal. Okay, far less. Now total RBC, normally 4.5 to 5.5 into 10 to the power 6 per microliter. In my case the value is 5.07 into 10 to the power 6 per microliter. So it's completely normal. Nucleated red blood cells nil, nucleated red blood cell percentage nil. Now nucleated red blood cell is a important indicator. That means something wrong is going on in the body, because the red blood cells in the body, they are non-nucleated, so they don't carry any nucleus. Normally in our eukaryotic cell they should carry a nucleus. Actually nucleus is termed as the brain of a cell, but hemoglobin, the red blood cells, they do not carry any nucleus. The mammalian red blood cells don't carry any nucleus, but the blood, the red blood cells of others rather than other vertebrates apart from mammals, they carry nucleus. Okay, so if you check the hemoglobin of a fish, of a frog, you will find nucleus in it. Okay, the red blood cells, in the red blood cells. But in human, the red blood cell, they lack the nucleus. But sometimes due to some reason, I'm not going to talk about that, what reason it is, but some reason the nucleus is found in the red blood cell, and that is a indicator, in my case, which is nil, and that is supposed to be nil. Hemoglobin value, this is very important, the value should range from 13 to 17. In most of the adult men, it must be 15 and more than 15. The reference range is provided for men, not for female here, but the value must be more than 15 for male, for female more than 13. But in my case, you can see the value is 15.7, which is good enough. Normal range is 13 to 17 gram per deciliter. In my case, 15.7, which is a good value of hemoglobin. For smokers, the value must be less. Then we have platelet count. Normal range is 150 to 400 into 10 to the power 3 per microliter of platelet count. In my case is 150, which is exactly the limit of the platelet value. So it's not a problem, it's also normal. And apart from that, there are other things like mean corpus volume and mean corpuscular hemoglobin. The value for mean corpus volume, that is 83 to 101, in my case 99.6, which is normal. The mean corpus hemoglobin value 27 to 32, in my case 31, which is also normal. Now mean corpus hemoglobin concentration, it must be 31.5 to 34.5 gram per deciliter, in my case 31.1. And you can see 31.5 and 31.1, there is hardly any difference, so I can also consider this to be normal. And red cell distribution width, normal range is 39 to 46, in my case is 50, which is called as a very, like a little bit significant value, a significant improve, because 10% above improvement is there from the maximum, so it's little more. But still this red cell distribution width is not going to matter much right now, based on, because the test is going to signify many things. A single value change is not going to indicate anything, so we need to have multiple reports, and all the other reports along with that are not supporting any serious problems, so you can easily exclude that fact. And the fact is that I've gone through this test after the COVID-19 infection, so there may be some changes, but in this case the report seems completely okay, completely fine to me, no such issues found. Okay, so this is all that you need to check: the white blood cell count, the red blood cell count, the hemoglobin count, as well as the platelet count. These are the 4 most important things that you need to check. So that's all about the CBC blood test report analysis. And if you have your CBC, the total blood count or complete blood count, in that case, check the complete blood count report with the reference value, with the normal value shared here, and tell me whether it's all correct or not. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to this channel to get more and more videos like that in future. Thank you.